Hey guys, Tarek here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on road to Kharkov, playing for today, spawning in the south. We have Maxson playing as OKW, and his loadout, well, he's already selected it, is fortifications. In the north, we have Wapoon playing as US forces, and his loadout is heavy cavalry, airborne, and rifle company. So I can find Wapoon, he's about rank 200 as US forces. Maxson, I could not see, I could find one account, but didn't have any stats active for it currently, so it couldn't have been the right one. I don't know if it's the same one or not, in the same clan as Jove, that Ruka clan. Not sure if it's the same guy though, as I said. Okay, we've got a very interesting strategy here, double Kubels from Maxson. I mean, this is a very good map for the Kubel because it's very easy to access this cutoff. Well, both the cutoffs really, with these very nimble Kubels, so it can be very hard to keep control of your cutoff on this map in particular. We see they got very aggressive with those students rushing straight into this garrison, which is just a really tough spot. I find that this north spawn is quite a lot harder to play from than the south, because if your opponent gets control of these garrisons, it's very hard to push back into your region without sight of this garrison. I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Whereas in the south, you know, you've kind of got more defensive garrisons here. I don't know. So yeah, Kubel did indeed put some pressure onto that cutoff. He's trying to recapture it. He's kind of standing outside of the negative cover, which is good, but he's still in a tough spot. Looks like he's going to do some repairs and some capping at the same time. The other Kubel also took quite a lot of damage, being forced away. And Wapoon, perhaps sensing that there are a lot of troops next to his resources, going straight for his opponents with his rifle squad. So once he caps that and puts his squad behind this truck, it'll be very hard for Maxson to cap his own territory. And yeah, getting this aggressive, he has actually connected that fuel, so pretty good start here for Maxson. He's definitely squeaking out a resource advantage. But you have to get a good advantage playing double Kubel, because Kubels, you know, they don't really scale into the late game very well, especially double Kubel. One of them, you know, can still make daring plays to try and just cut offs and do quick capping, but yeah, there's no way you can really make good use of two Kubels in the mid to late game. Looks like Rifles soft retreated from that region, but yeah, still a crippling start for Wapoon. I'm surprised he didn't go for another rifle squad. When you're this far behind, you should definitely go for another rifle squad. Probably go straight for captain, because it's really the only option you have at this stage. Going for lieutenant will probably be suicide against a very likely mechanized rush from Maxson. Okay, he's actually not going for a rifle. He's going to put down a fuel cache instead with that same amount of manpower. That's kind of interesting. I have to see if it stays alive. Better to put it on this point, of course, because he can still get this one cut off, even though it's slightly more vulnerable to Shreks or perhaps a light vehicle killing it. At least it's always going to be connected. So now Maxson getting a bit more defensive, starting to cap his own territory as he slowly gets pushed back by these rifles. Still got those Kubels though. And that is the benefit of the Kubel, you know, you can repair them up so they don't bleed any manpower when they take damage, whereas these riflemen are bleeding quite a lot. So despite a very good start from Maxson, he was prioritizing, you know, harassment over VP control, so he hasn't actually pulled out a very large VP lead at this stage. that is one thing going for Wapoon. He hasn't been shut out of the game yet. Still got a pretty good VP score. So it looks like Wapoon, it has, much to my dismay, gone for Lieutenant. He's fielding himself an M20. And I guess he really wants to hunt down these Kubels with that M20, but I was saying, oh wow, okay, well this is why it's going to work, because Wapoon actually didn't go for mechanized. He's put down his battle group right next to his cutoff down there, so this M20 is actually probably going to work. I mean, Maxson does have enough munitions for a Shrek, and he's already got a Raketin out, but this could actually work. Usually I would not recommend going for an M20 these days against OKW, because most players do go for mechanized. Uh-oh, here we go. He's about to run over this mine. Oh, wow, but he's gonna... Oh! Oh, the AoE of the mine ends up taking out the Kubel. Did drop a bazooka down there, though. Looks like he's going to try to pick that up with that Sturm squad. No, actually gets beaten to the punch there, and Wapoon, just like that, picks up bazooka, kills the second Kubel. Now Maxson's in a bit of trouble here. I mean, if you think about it, what is a M20 is 340 manpower, and 2 Kubels is 420, so I believe it's 420, right? They're 210 each. Yeah. Well, I know there's probably going to be a lot of 420 jokes in YouTube chat now, or comments, but we'll blast on by that. So yeah, I mean, he's kind of come out ahead there. I mean, of course he did lose a bit of fuel, but definitely allowed him back into this game. That play right there. Got very lucky that, you know, fuel blocked him there, and then dropped the bazooka. So yeah, lots of events going right for Wapoon there, laying him back into the game. He's gone for another M20. I don't understand this, but here we go. Let's see how he gets on. Takes one Shrek. Hasn't got the skirts, so we'll go down to 2 Shreks here. The skirts increase both the armor and the health, which is why most players go for them. Otherwise it will die to 2 Shreks, as we just about saw there. In fact, if Maxson had used attack ground, maybe he would have got lucky and knocked it out as it backpedaled through the smoke.
Giving us some trouble here.
Oh, big leg there. But yeah, Wapoon is actually, you know, inching his way forwards, getting more and more territory, and Maxson, you know, losing those 2 Kubels was a pretty big blow. He has got his truck, and it looks like he's going to try set this up. He has got an MG34, which is a very good idea to try and cover the construction of your truck with an MG34. Try and prevent it from being killed as it goes up. Probably needs a couple more squads though nearby, just to make things extra safe. Here comes MG34 now. I don't know if he's going to have line of sight though of that squad. Doesn't get suppressed in that first burst. So yeah, vaulting this wall, I feel like this is a bad idea, because now he's got to retreat somehow, and could quite easily die on retreat. Here comes the M20. This could be trouble. He's blocking it quite nicely. Got to run through this rifle squad as well. Doing extremely low Rakeden there, and he gets the kill. Rakeden does not quite get the shot off either. Pops smoke to block sight. These Shrek squads, no, they're back in base. But man, this M20, I mean, he's proved me wrong twice. This M20 has been ripping in. And it's largely because Maxson went for the battle group HQ first. If he had used that early resource control, got out a Luke's, this could be a completely different game. And now he's going to decrew the M20, try to use the bazooka to kill the battle group. This is ambitious. Okay, no, he switched out the crew with the re-echelon, I imagine. The idea remains the same though. He's going to try knock out this battle group with the bazooka alone. Bazooka does 80 damage per shot, so very, very low damage. It's going to take him a very long time to kill that. Okay, looks like once again a unit being, you know, once you put a unit in these garrisons, very hard to regather control of your fuel, so I feel like the North spawn definitely has a harder time of it. Oh man, look at that lieutenant just ripping into those Volks. They're lucky to escape alive there. Let's put down his Schwer. It's got a bit of fuel in the back, not enough for a Panzer IV, and it looks like with 3 Panzer IV armor bulletins, he intends to get one. And this actually makes it crazy durable. I think it ends up with 234 armor or something like that. Maybe it's even more than that. Anyway, it's strong. If you stack those armor bulletins, Kharkov Panzer IV is very, very strong. MG34 trying to work its way overhead to try and prevent this HQ from going down. Leaving a lot of manpower here trying to engage with these squads outnumbered. He's brought in a rear echelon with the bazooka as well. And it looks like he's going to get it with these 2 bazooka squads. He's dropping another incendiary grenade. And there it goes. Down goes the battle group. This is a pretty big blow. Looks like he also managed to work his way back out here. Okay, Wapoon going for heavy cavalry. And he's going to have access to the Pershing if he decides to go that way. And Pershing does match up very, very well against the Panzer IV. Maxson actually rebuilding his truck. Perhaps going to get another battle group HQ down. I feel like Maxson was a bit bad with his MG34 positioning in that engagement. If he had managed to suppress either of those bazooka teams or just any of the rifles of the lieutenant there, could have been a completely different engagement. Instead it looks like he bought an infantry support gun. That a very questionable purchase. I mean, there aren't that many garrisons on this map. It's against US forces, so they typically have a large amount of mobile infantry. They don't rely on team weapons, so the ISG was just a bad play overall. Probably would have been better served getting himself another squad of Sturms, or perhaps a squad of Ogres. But there you have it. And now things are almost completely reversed. Wapoon in control. Still far behind on VPs, but he's definitely taking a sizable chunk of the map right now. And Maxson, he's in a tough spot. Losing his battle group was really just not good at all. And what have we got in terms of tech here? Hasn't ticked yet. I can try and put down mines. They do take a very long time to do so, which can make it very tough. Probably a good idea to try to put down mines whilst you're capping a point, if you can do it outside of that small sight radius that the point allows them. This could be really bad. Okay. Yep, that's why I thought it was going to be really bad. All those squads suppressed and all clumped up next to that mine with the ISG firing and actually detonated that mine. So good thing he retrieved all that, because otherwise could have taken a lot of friendly fire from that mine then. So it looks like Maxson, having put his Schwer down here, is going to try push deeper into his opponent's territory, which is in some ways good, but in some ways bad, because you know, retreat paths from here back to here are very, very short. So it's not like when Maxson pushes back Wapoon's forces that they have far to go. Hopefully he can also regather control of his region of the map. Has he got the forward retreat point? No, not yet. So yeah, this could really backfire on him. Doesn't have the forward retreat point himself. And very close to his opponent's base. There's the MG34. Okay, that's in this garrison here. What is this? Another cache going down. Another fuel cache for Wapoon. But this many caches he could probably tick. Hasn't done so yet though. But yeah, I mean, he's already at the required amount of fuel for a Pershing, so he should probably consider ticking right about now. He has ticked weapon racks, of course, but okay, he's putting down a munitions cache now. Wapoon going pretty hard on these caches. It's going to come down to what Maxson's up to. Looks like Maxson's floating a bit, just about there for a Panzer IV, so he's probably going to be bringing that out very, very shortly. And I mean, if he goes around and knocks out all these caches, that could be pretty big blow. I mean, there are a few bazookas here to try and repel that Panzer IV, but other than that, there's not much going on. And what is this? Oh my gosh, a Pak 43. Okay, so this is it. This could work. The one weakness of heavy cavalry, of course, no big off-map artillery makes clearing out the Pak 43, especially in a position like this, extremely difficult. And that's what you want to try to do with your Pak 43. Cover 2 VP. So he's covering this one. He's covering this one quite effectively. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out now. Still don't understand why he went for the Pak 43 before Panzer IV. Maybe he's going to go straight for a Panther. I do feel like he does need a bit more anti-infantry though at this stage. I mean, he's got only the MG34 really. Rangers leave their cover, trying to close in on these Volks grenadiers. So he's throwing an incendiary grenade, doing quite a lot of damage, but oh no, he does properly retreat there. Probably a bit of a waste of munitions there though, honestly. Doesn't quite get them on retreat there. Maybe if he had positioned those sterns in the retreat path a bit earlier, might have been able to do so, especially as they're running down this negative cover section. And yeah, the utility car hasn't been up to much since it got that kill before. Oh, this could be trouble. Mines are right next to each other. It can be a trick sometimes when you know your opponent's not minesweeping. What you can do is you can put your mine after your opponent's mine. Why has he missed that grenade there? Whoopsie daisy. So as your opponent runs over it, will hit your mine, set off their mine, and then you know when mines or when explosives set off mines, seem to do extra damage, so that can one-shot some vehicles.
deployed. Awaiting orders.
Yep, so Panzer IV for Maxson. Now I'm very surprised he didn't try to get this out before the Pak 43. I feel like if he had, you know, it could have done quite a lot of damage, and it's not like there was any vehicles from Wapoon in the meantime. Looks like Wapoon did tick to captain. So that's on the field. Hasn't got anything from it yet though. Those bazookas will be useful against this Panzer IV. Doesn't quite have enough munitions to upgrade the Pintle, but here he comes. Gotta be careful, there's a mine right here. Oh, he just stops just before it. Maybe his spidey sense was tingling. Here comes the bazooka REs though. So he's only got one bazooka. Still doesn't have the full retreat point either from that battle group, so it's interesting. He has been quite strapped for manpower though. He has been losing these engagements, you know, sending his Volksgrenadiers against rifles and the Rangers. You're gonna have a bad time. He's been bleeding a lot. What is he doing? He's building a flak emplacement. Oh man, haven't seen one of these for a while. In fact, I saw one of those in a competitive mod game against Mirage Fire, but he buffed them a little bit. Generally, I would never recommend building one of these. Bit of a waste of fuel. Can be decrewed, I mean, very easily and fall into your opponent's heads, and has a lot of trouble shooting over any type of elevation, which could be an issue in this region, which seems to have a few elevation changes. Okay, now it's going to start firing as that smoke wears out. So we've got a Pak alley though, putting some deeps on it. Did that? Oh, it did! Stern Pioneer Squad went down there.
One of our forward structures has been destroyed.
And there we go, you see why you should not build the flak emplacement. Decrewed already. Where did that Pak Howitzer go? Okay, Pak Howitzer is quite far away. He was using the barrage on it. Barrage on Pak Howitzer has longer range than the auto fire. That's why he can no longer range it from this position. But there is the Pershing.
We can now deploy a smoke screen to blind the enemy.
And if we take a look at army sizes, huge advantage for Wapoon. So he's in a really good spot right here.
We're losing a capture point.
Looks like he's going to try and get rid of this squad. Actually connects with the tree though. Kid trying to retreat. Pak 43 facing the wrong direction here. Oh, and Rakitten goes down. Now it's refaced.
Incoming fire!
Wapoon does have one squad of Vet 3 REs, which is very good for appearing up his Pershing. I believe at Vet 2 that's when they gain their repair speed buffs, much like... I looked at the veterancy guide. Maybe the veterancy guide's wrong. On COH2.org. So, never mind that. It was just yesterday I looked at that. Okay, I'll have to have a word with strategist. Oh, there we go. What was that? Panzer IV went over... mine there. No, it went over the M6 mine, but how did it die? Was it on low health already? I missed that, unfortunately. Oh! Pershing goes down there, it runs over a mine, takes a few nasty Pak 43 shots. Pak 43 plays no games. This thing is lethal, doesn't care about the Pershing's armor. think it's 100% chance to penetrate it. Just about the only thing it will bounce off is the IS-2. Even then, it's a very, very low chance. So yeah, that kind of backfired for Wapoon, and that sent him back a long way. He was in a really good spot there, but now he's in a tough spot, and he's actually quite far behind in terms of VPs. Maxson has been controlling the central VP most of the game. And having that Schwer down there is making it very hard for Wapoon to recapture it. So yeah, I mean, Wapoon thought he's gonna crawl back into the game right there, but now he's in trouble again. And as I was saying, that is the weakness of this commander. No off maps to try and knock out the Pack 43 makes it just very tough to kill, and very hard for the US Forces player to break this position. So that's a fresh Panzer IV for Maxson. Be careful though, there's still a lot of bazookas nearby.
We lost an anti-tank gun. Promotion just came in.
I think what Wapoon probably needs here is to try and kill this Schwer with maybe if he builds an AT gun and then put some good barrages on it with his pack outs. Try just lay siege to this region, and maybe his only option before bringing in the Pershing later to try and clean up. But it looks like he's going to instead just try save with the Pershing straight away. And maybe that's a bit of a mistake. I do love putting a good siege on a Schwer HQ, and he's got almost all the required ingredients. He's got an MG, he's got a pack house, so all he needs is an AT gun. He's got access to smoke from both forms of smoke. Okay, so now he's getting his pack out to barrage in this region. Having trouble killing it though, and because he's got the battle group right there, just gets healed right back up afterwards. Looks like it has taken a bit of weapon damage though. So hopefully Maxson repairs it, but he doesn't actually have any Sterms right now, so that's actually kind of looking unlikely. Looks like he made another flak emplacement, or is this the same one? Might be the same one. He's also put some S-mines down, which is a pretty good idea. So a very defensive style of play here from Maxson, but it seems to be working out pretty well. So slightly mistimed the AT grenade there before the bazookas penetrated, so Panzer IV not going to receive engine damage. Oh, this could be trouble, running past a mine. No, I always clench when I see a squad running over a mine when they're under fire from a vehicle. Yeah, I mean, Maxson just continues to apply pressure to the VPs, despite being quite far behind in terms of army size. He's in control of this game right now. Looks like Wapoon actually isn't going for his Pershing quite yet. I feel like he probably needs to try and break this position here, which has now got a bunker as well. So yeah, definitely needs a Pershing to get over here, knock out these emplacements, and fend off this Panzer IV. Instead he's been bleeding quite a lot from his squads, having to reinforce them instead. And right now Maxson should be making very high priorities, trying to drain that block. That's his key to victory right here. Panzer IV coming over here, Only one bazooka on the captain, I'm pretty sure. I think it dropped one of those bazookas. Those Rangers though, ripping them to shreds. As I was saying, with the one bazooka, very slow to damage that bunker. Now the Panzer IV starting to rip into the Rangers. They're going to pop a grenade, try and cover their retreat, and it does actually clear that out, which is lucky, because they're going to have to run through these S-mines. Ooh, but it looks like they're going to survive. Very, very lucky. That would have been a real shame to lose those three Rangers. And down goes that emplacement. He's going to try to stick around, try and duke around the garrison. In fact, no, he's going to try to steal the flak emplacement. This could work as well, because Panzer IV is going to try clear it, and in the meantime they may actually destroy it. And whilst that's happening, it's doing a decent amount of damage to the Panzer IV. Kind of getting two birds with one stone there. No, not quite. And the oh, a stray shot from the Panzer IV there. Finishes the job. That's a bit of bad luck for Maxson. Still, Maxson's got 2 VPs. Wapoon is draining. He's in trouble. He's got to make some stuff happen, and that's going to be a second Panzer IV for Maxson. Which, I'm not sure if that's the best idea. I know he's got those armor bulletins, but I don't think it's going to match up very well against the Pershing. And here comes the Pershing, speaking of it. Uses the armor-piercing shell. I'll try to chase the Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV using Blitz. Trying to get away. He's going through the smoke. Why isn't the Pershing chasing? What is this? What was that, man? Spinning around there. Lost his P4. And yeah, now he's got another P4. Fresh P4. As I was saying, doesn't match up very well against the Pershing, so I feel like a Panther would have been a much better decision. For Maxson.
Friendly's down to 100 points. I say again, allies at 100 points.
It looks like he's taking aim at this fuel cache, and he's probably going to get it here. Pershing's going to round the corner. There's rear armor exposed though. That's a bad idea. Try and reface it by, you know, dragging with the right click. There he goes. Still, Maxson hasn't got the forward retreat point. No. Which I'm very surprised at this late in the game. I mean, he's got enough manpower for that right now. And that would make him so much easier to try and hold on to this VP if he could, you know, just retreat this short distance every time. Which would be pretty important, because he's getting very close to winning by VPs at this stage. But now he's under pressure. I mean, he doesn't have control of any high resource points, no munitions, no fuel. He's getting drained. He's still very far ahead in terms of VPs though. Army sizes have come much closer to level now. How much pop cap is the pack? I never know how to check those things. I believe it's 10. I'm going to try to do any on-screen maths. I know that Romeo has some way of like checking how much it costs to build things, but I don't know what hotkey for that is, unfortunately. If anybody knows, just leave a comment on YouTube. So yeah, Maxson, what's he spending his manpower on? Just reinforcements. Oh no, he's got a squad of overs. Okay.
Point being captured.
He's going to cap 2 VPs again. So it looks like maybe he's just going to try settle in on this right hand side, try hold the central and the right hand side VP, and that could quite easily secure him the game. But as I was saying, he needs this forward retreat point because it will make it so much harder for Wapoon to force him away from these points. Oh, I thought there was going to be a squad right there. They're so clumped up. Okay, he's popping the off-map smoke now as well. Which does cover quite a large area, as you can see there.
We just lost a unit.
Oh, but down goes the lieutenant. Oh, but a friendly mine there. Connects with the Panzer IV. Panzer IV is in trouble. Where's the pack? Okay, it looks like he's not going to try follow up. Doesn't want to lose another Pershing to the Pack 43. It's not prioritized vehicles, so he's not going to be much help. There he goes. And that Schwer is covering that region so effectively. It's really making things hard for Wapoon. I'm feeling quite sorry for him at this stage. This is perhaps where in Mirage Fires mode you might make use of the major artillery, which is a pretty hot topic at the moment, but major artillery does receive a buff. It's cheaper and more effective, and you actually gain more shells once your major vet's up, so perhaps that would help in this situation. Here we go, Pack 43 connects with the Pershing, forcing that away. Here come the Obers. Oh, and they've got the LMG upgrade now. It's bad news for this rifle squad. But he's probably going to lose this here. Yep, there it goes. Obers take no prisoners. Okay, he still hasn't upgraded the forward retreat point. He's going for another Panzer IV instead. Where's Wapoon going? Looks like Wapoon's going into his base, perhaps trying to catch some of these retreating squads on that are low. He's going to try and knock out these flak emplacements. It is quite risky exposing your rear arms to these flak emplacements. They can do a little bit of damage even to a heavy tank like the Pershing. Here comes the Panzer IV with his rear armor exposed. This could be a golden opportunity. Still has rear armor exposed. Uh-oh. Oh, whoa, one volley. Down it goes. Doesn't bounce anything. And with another Pershing down, I mean, luckily Wapoon's got enough fuel to make another one. But they don't seem to be working out too well for him, honestly. Oh, and down goes a Shrek squad, so that is to his credit. He's getting very low on VPs. And he keeps losing a lot of manpower every time he tries to cap in the centre. Can't really win this war of attrition, I don't think. Oh, he loses another rifle squad there. Oh, he's got a bunker over here as well. Wow, nicely done by Maxson.
We're losing a capture point. Gun crew just got wiped out.
Well, there we go. Fresh Pershing now, but he's got to contend with two Panzer IVs. This is a much more even match. It looks like the Pershing's going over here, which is a bit risky. Still in range of the Pack 43 from there. Let's try to force away those two Panzer IVs instead, and they're just running roughshod over his army right now. Knocking out his caches. There he comes, he's going in. Pack 43 not facing the correct direction, but now refacing. He's taking Shreks to the rear, he misses the first shell. One more shell and Pershing's going to go down. He's backing straight away. He should try and get to the side. Down goes the Pershing again. Oh man. And that's the game. Well, Wapoon definitely got very, very reckless with every one of his Pershing tanks. Perhaps the Pak 43 caught him off guard in the first instance, but after that, no real excuse. I feel like he should have picked up an AT gun in conjunction with his pack outs and tried to put a siege on this position. And then come in and clean up, because he did have quite a large infantry advantage. For quite a sizable portion of the game. And yeah, maybe heavy cavalry, not the best for the situation. Pretty much hard countered by the Pak 43 because, as I said, no off-map artillery to clear it. Makes it very, very difficult. Anyway, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. Good luck.